program or a continuing education and training program. So we've divided our students into what we call PET, which is professional education and training for those who are doing the degree. But we've made a commitment to everyone that they can come back for 20 years and we'll continue to educate them. And that's why we started launching a very comprehensive digital portfolio of modules for them to take. I'll tell you about that in a while. We have also about 12,000 staff and 25,000 in all. So we can move on to the next. Slide. Thank you. So my portfolio comprises looking after these institutes. The CIT, or Center for Instructional Technology, is like a computing unit where we use them to push out digital education. The Center for Development of Teaching and Learning is a pedagogy unit. We have a unit called Iesec, which is using data science to help us to understand how our teaching impacts the students and how we can improve on our teaching. We have a teaching academy which comprises our top teachers, and they are supposed to be a think tank to push out new ideas for teaching. And lastly, the libraries, which is actually a very active part of our university, and that now comprises things. In the last few years, we've been pushing things like using AI to predict what our teachers would like to read for their journals, and to encourage recommendations of articles for our students and teachers. So this is a pretty huge unit, a bunch of units. If we can have the next slide. So I was told to talk about things that we are pushing within NUS that are relatively new or innovative. I can't claim that we are entirely the most innovative, but we are trying our best. Interesting, it's okay. The interesting thing about my doing technology and in education is that there's always something that goes wrong when I'm doing these things. But anyway, in the last 2 years with the outbreak of COVID, we've had, my units have had to really push out a lot of things like proctoring of examinations, running of online exams effectively and authentically. I tell you what, if we can't do that, I'm just going to go on to the next slide myself. Oh dear. Well, anyway, so whilst they're trying to fix the slides, to me, the most interesting thing that's happened in the last 2 years has been COVID-19. Whilst it's been a struggle for all of us to keep our students safe, keep our staff safe, and to run an authentic educational experience, I think that the important thing is that it's not really such a terrible thing. It's actually an opportunity for us all. And that's how we've seen this in the last few years. I'm just going to give up and assume my slides are not coming back on. When COVID first broke out, we were talking, and in one of our conversations, we said that it's an existential threat to universities. In fact, even 10 or 15 years ago, when we started talking about education, we realized that the traditional bricks and mortar university is not going to last long in its current incarnation, and that we are going to have to do our very best to find new ways to account for digital education. Because if you think about fully online universities, if you think about advent of things like MOOC providers, you know that we cannot continue as a traditional bricks and mortar university just pushing out education. And so we started exploring. I've been distracted by what's there, so I've been ignoring it, and now I looked here and I found that I'm even more distracted. Anyway, so let me just quickly go through the things. There we go. Okay, so as I said, COVID has been... Thank you. Okay, so COVID has been an existential threat, but it also is an opportunity for growth and for improvement. And I think that's how we've embraced it. And in my conversations with universities around the world, I think we've all agreed that this is a golden opportunity. And in fact, if we don't, now that we're emerging from COVID, if we don't continue to push this initiative, you're going to see everyone start to go back again to traditional exams, right? And we know that COVID is here to stay, pandemics are here to stay. We've already seen 4 pandemics, none as horrible as COVID, but you know many more will come. Next slide, please. I shudder. Okay. So these are some of the initiatives I wanted to highlight from NUS. We actually have a lot more, and not all of them are ICT related, but I thought they were interesting and I would tell you about them. On the top left, you see something we call Design Your Own Module, which is nothing new. I mean, if you think about it, our students have always had opportunities to, in unrestricted elective modules, to do what they want to do. But at least in our university, these unrestricted electives or unrestricted elective modules were always things that the school has put out, and then you just avail yourself of them. But what we did with Design Your Own Module here was that because we joined edX and Coursera, we started an initiative where our students could do anything they wanted, right? And as long as it equals our modular credit system, we paid for their modules, so that these will not count towards their grades, but it allows them to dream and to move on. And in fact, several thousand students have taken on these modules. So they are not only from edX, less from Coursera, but also modules that they choose on their own. So they might band together in a group of 10 and invite an expert in a field, someone who might not even be a university professor, but someone who's an expert in something. So we're just telling them, dream on, and we give you 8 modular credits out of 120 or 160 to do this. So, they're even allowed to do things like enology, learn about how to brew wine, how to understand the science of food science, the food science behind it. So that's pretty exciting. We won an award last year from Times Higher Education, but, I don't think any of our universities are that interested in awards. The new thing there is called Blended Learning 2.0. Because all of our teachers went on to push online learning, we decided to remove the strict definition of what is blended learning, because everybody talks about, within these parameters, you have blended learning. But we realized that actually, we've all been doing blended learning in 2 years, whether you're good at it, whether you are great at it and really pushing the envelope, or just doing simple things online. So what we've pushed to our teachers now is blended learning is not necessarily about just this strict definition, but you use the technology to help your students to learn better. We can use learning analytics, we can help the students to recommend things to them, and they can go back and revisit the materials again. So this has now started on a very wide scale in our university. We've awarded, I think, something like $30 million for the next 5 years to push this out. So we are going to push out 753 of our hugest modules, which will all go online, and we are carefully teaching the teachers how to do this well. We've got units that are very dedicated to that. On the top right, you see what we call the Imaginarium. It's a huge room within our library where you can go inside and try out different tech tools. So on the bottom right, you see 4D VR, and in fact, this Imaginarium has been so successful that our geography people just worked together with the robotics people to create a 4D VR earthquake scenario. People go in, they stand on a robotic stage, and as they put on VR glasses, they watch the city around them collapse, but then you can go into the mantle of the earth and see how an earthquake happens. That, as far as we know, is a world first, and we're pushing for more of those. We have a unit called Scale, which is helping our students from the past come back to campus, and we're letting them avail themselves of any courses that we have. And in fact, if you talk about ICT type courses, those are the most popular. So engineering, computing, computer engineering, etc. These are the courses that our students are coming back. And this is part of our government's initiative to retrain all our citizens, where everybody is given a certain amount of money to take courses to upgrade themselves. All our staff on campus are, and our students as well, are encouraged to do data and digital literacy courses. In fact, such things are compulsory for everybody, whether you are a humanities student, a medical student, a dental student. They do it in some part. We've had, on the bottom right, you see what we call the LIFT Fund. It was a 10 million Singapore dollar fund over the last few years, where we've been pushing out new TEL initiatives. We've just started launching interdisciplinary colleges because we realized that all our schools are very mired in their own fields, and what we're trying to do is get the students to expand their horizons. So we have, for example, the College of Humanities and the Sciences. We have now the College of Health Sciences, College of Design and Engineering, and all other schools have been asked to revamp the curriculum so that they look forward into an age when AI helps your students to, for example, if you're a lawyer in the future, your AI might help you to understand the law better, to predict what's happening. And then Genius World is something that Huawei has actually been collaborating with us on. Last year, they helped to fund some prizes for our students. Genius World is an ecosystem that we've built where you can have interactive books, interactive videos, and we are putting everything into one platform so that our students can share digital material with each other, collaborate, and also the teachers can push out their new material. So that's quite interesting. Can I have the next slide? I think I'm almost done. Okay, so as far as training of our staff, very, very simply, all our staff, admin and academic, are allowed to avail themselves of courses from edX and Coursera, as well as the suite of offerings of all the digital courses on campus. In fact, we are looking at now finding a way to encourage our academic and administrative staff to undergo training in something else. So you might even be encouraged to pursue a master's degree if you don't have one, right? That's our Center of Development of Teaching and Learning, where we push out pedagogy-type courses. We have a unit called AI Singapore, which is linked to NUS, and now they offer courses to anyone in Singapore who's interested in it. So there are different levels up to university level, and I think we are trying to push it out outside of Singapore as well. As I said, all admin staff were mandated to go through a data and digital literacy program. So we've actually trained almost 1,000 over students, staff now. And this is because we realize that our admin staff need to be able to handle data and to be mindful of all the technology out there. And lastly, that is our School of Continuing Education and Learning. So sorry, the School of Continuing and Lifelong Education, which we call SCALE. And that is very much in engineering, computing, etc. And this is to encourage people to come back in, to upskill and to get a degree or to get a second degree. And this is because we believe our citizens in Singapore, even if you're trained 10 years ago or 20 years ago in your degree, you're going to need a second leg to stand on in order to prepare yourself for the future. So this is a government initiative, but it's led by NUS. I think I'm done. So can I have the next slide? Yeah, thank you. I'm happy to take questions.
Yes, you can. Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you for keep presenting even this slide dance. So again, thank you very much. Well, as I mentioned in the very beginning of the session today, Huawei invited 10 students to join the conference. I think that all of you are just right there, right? Very, very welcome. I would like to greet you. Through this project, Huawei offers various supports for students. One of them being the seats for the student scholarships, which has been initiated last year in 12 European countries. Coming up next, there is a very exciting announcement. A new seats for the Future Scholarships program will be launched today in partnership with Hungarian University of Győr. But now, and before that, let's continue with the exciting news for students. Let us invite Mr. Radoslav Kecia, Vice President of Huawei Central Europe of Nordic region, and who will give us a short brief of the scholarship. So, Mr. Radoslav, the floor is yours, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it's my pleasure and honor to be here with you today, because today we are celebrating the official launch of Huawei Seats for the Future Scholarship for Czechinski István University in Győr, which is part of the Huawei Global Scholarship Project, launched in 2021, in 12 European countries in order to facilitate more than 500 most talented and ambitious students and help them develop their careers. 3 outstanding universities in Hungary, one of them being Széchenyi István University, joined this project last year to facilitate 15 to 20 talented students and future scientists and experts of Hungary. After more than 20 years in the ICT industry of Europe, we in Huawei believe it is particularly important to introduce the latest technologies to the young talents and show them how science and technology can change the world we live in and support their efforts in gaining the new knowledge and experience so talented people like yourself, the 10 students who are here with us, can stay inspired and light up the future of the world. That is why in 2008 we started our flagship talent development project Seeds for the Future in Europe. And since its first launch 13 years ago, until now, about 3,500 students from the whole Europe has taken part in the program. And that is also the reason why we decided to follow the success of the Seeds of the Future project with the scholarship launch. Huawei, since 2014, Huawei Hungary has supported 75 top Hungarian students to visit and study in China through the Seeds for the Future program. These Hungarian students learned cutting-edge ICT technology at Huawei headquarters and gathered experience, hands-on practice in a cross-cultural environment. Over 150 Hungarian students trained through the online Seeds program during the pandemic time. The long-term strategic partnership between Széchenyi István University and Huawei aimed to nurture more ICT local talents for Hungary and its digital transformation. The cooperation started in 2014 with the first Seeds for the Future program in Hungary. The university became an official ICT academy where Huawei provided training courses for AI and 5G that are related to industry practices and certification for university instructors and Széchenyi students. Today we are pleased to announce the new cooperation with Széchenyi István University for the Huawei Seeds Excellent Students projects, which provide scholarships to students who are encouraged to learn about the challenges of research and development in collaboration with their mentors, with a particular focus on topics offered by Huawei, such as 5G, B2B use case development. I believe through that support we can ensure that more and more talented tech experts will be educated in Hungary and in Europe, and in result we can contribute to building fully connected digital future world. That is why today we launched a program to award the outstanding young minds for the results and encourage you to always be dedicated to gaining more knowledge. But we will definitely not stop here, and in the future our focus will be on providing the experience and the tools for more generation of future world tech leaders. In the end of this year, the top Seeds for the Future alumni and scholarship receivers will have a chance to participate in the Pan-European Huawei Talent Summit in Greece, connect to their peers from around the continent, and learn from the international industry experts. I will be there as well, so I hope to see you in Greece at the end of this year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Kedia. If you don't mind remaining here with me at the stage, maybe you can take a seat. And meanwhile, I would like to invite here Dr. Esther Lucax, Vice Rector for International Affairs at Czechinski University. And I would like to hear you or to share, and if you want to share your views on the scholarship, it will be a pleasure.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my warmest greetings and gratitude primarily to Mr. Vincent Bang, Board Director and Senior VP of Huawei. And equally, I would like to express my thanks to Mr. Rado Kenja, Vice President of the CEE and Nordic region of Huawei. I'm truly honored to have the opportunity to speak at the Huawei Digital Talent Summit in the framework of the UNESCO World Higher Education Conference on behalf of Dr. Bálint Philipp, the president of Széchenyi István University, Győr, Hungary. Today is the official launch of Huawei Seeds for the Future Scholarship for Széchenyi István University, part of Huawei's global scholarship project. As one of the 3 universities mentioned by Mr. Radokanja and selected for the scheme, we are rightly proud of our participation. We are indeed very thankful for Huawei's support, both financial and professional, to facilitate future talent. Széchenyi István University already enjoys a fruitful collaboration with Huawei, and here I would like to briefly outline the arrangements which our university has enjoyed with the company. The first consultations with Huawei in 2010 were based on personal contacts with academic staff. In 2014, that took place the first Seeds for the Future program, with students and lecturers from Széchenyi István University taking part in a study trip to China. In November 2015, Széchenyi István University signed an MOU in Beijing concerning a strategic cooperation agreement with Huawei Technologies Ltd. The cooperation aimed to cover the development of long-term strategies for the university's ICT education, as well as for the institution network and ICT requirements. 2016 saw Huawei's donation of a high-performance computing to Széchenyi István University Faculty of Mechanical Engineering, Informatics, and Electrical Engineering. Since 2020, Széchenyi István University has been an official Huawei ICT Academy, with 6 instructors having been so far trained in this framework. Under the guidance and supervision of the Széchenyi University's Digital Development Center, AI and 5G training are provided on both the computer science and electrical engineering programs. The 2 parties further strengthened their partnership by signing an agreement whereby Huawei made their English training programs available free of charge to all Széchenyi students. There are 13,600 of them. In 2021, the university received a generous donation for the development of 5G use cases with student involvement and support for further projects. Also in 2021, on World Telecom Day, Széchenyi István University was the venue for Huawei's presentation of its app-on solution. In 2022, we are now seeing the signing of a new memorandum of understanding with the main areas of cooperation being Huawei's Seeds Excellence Students Project, the Huawei Seeds for the Future program, and the Huawei ICT Academy. Huawei Seeds Excellence Students Project provides scholarships and incentives to students to encourage them to learn about the challenges of research and development in collaboration with fellow students and mentors. With a focus on topics offered by Huawei, such as 5G B2B case uses, development, and Huawei Harmony OS, Széchenyi students gain access to specialized world-class knowledge using Huawei's infrastructure. Once again, I express our gratitude to Huawei, especially for continuing to contribute to a further strengthening of the university's competitiveness and enhancing the quality education. Looking to the future, China and Huawei will be premium partners for our university in all our 3 missions: education, research, and business partnerships. The signing of the MOU happily confirms this. Thank you for the very kind invitation.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lucax. As I said, we are honored to witness the launch of this great project benefiting many talented students together. So now is the time to officially celebrate the launch by signing the memorandum between the GIOR University and Huawei. Please, Dr. Lucax and Mr. Ketnes, you can proceed. You will find a pen just right here inside, and then you can share. Well, now it's official. Thank you very much. Congratulations. A big applause. And I would like to ask to all the students to come up here on stage for a family photo. The 10 of you, please. All of you here. Yes, thank you. Okay, and if you don't mind, just wait for them here. We will take a photo family with the students and then with all of you, all right?
Sure.
Our 10 students invited here by Huawei, all of them waiting for this family photo. Again, a big applause to all of them. Thank you. And now I would like to ask to all the speakers, professors, everybody, if they can come here, just here in front of the stage for a big family photo. And of course, you as part of it in the middle, please. Speakers, professors. I don't know if we can say maybe here. So all of you can just a big step in the front. Okay, that's great. Take your position here, of course. Yeah, you can take the mask off if you want, just for the family photo. Now time to say Huawei. Okay. Awesome. Thank you very much. Again, a big applause to all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow, we had a magnificent morning, right? As a summary, we have shared the Spanish white paper. We discussed how to develop the digital ecosystem. We launched the scholarship launch. So, well, we want to continue now by celebrating the memorandum signings between Huawei and 11 universities. We will start from West Europe region, then Asia Pacific, and finally African regions. Please, I would like to ask to come up here on stage for the memorandum signing to Mr. Michael Wong, Director of Huawei Western Europe Partner Development and Management. Mr. Wong, thank you very much. If you want to stay on the left side, please. I will prepare a chair for you. Thank you. And okay, now we can start with these memorandum signings. And let's start with the first university. I would like to ask to share a stage with us, please, to the professor of University of Reading, Ke-Cheng Liu. If you don't mind coming here to the stage with us. Here, a pleasure and a big applause. Thank you. This is your turn. Back in 2015, LA Business School University of Reading was the first higher education institution to register as a Huawei ICT Academy in the United Kingdom. Since joining in, the University of Reading ICT Academy has grown from strength to strength, and today the university will be signing the Huawei ICT Academy Support Center Agreement and will become the first ASC in the UK. Over the years, both the university and its students have consistently won awards. The Academy was presented an award as the best performing Huawei ICT Academy in Western Europe, and in last year's competition at the Global Finals in Shenzhen, University of Reading students won. First prize in Innovation track and second prize in Cloud track. So for this year's competition, University of Reading has 5 qualifying teams in the global finals. For all these reasons, congratulations and thank you very much. If you don't mind just waiting for a photo, just right there. Yes, you can stay here, just exactly. Okay, thank you very much, and congratulations again. If you don't mind, just keep waiting here for the next. And I would like to welcome Head of Digital Delivery at the London Borough of Redbridge, Cassandra Tracy Gardiner. Please welcome on stage. And again, thank you, Mr. Michael Wang, just to stay here on stage with me. Thank you very much. A big applause. Do you want to take a seat? Thank you. Connecting Redbridge is a very unique partner and one of its kind in Western Europe. The Connecting Redbridge group comprises of all types of training providers within the London Borough of Redbridge. And the goal of the group is to create the most digitally able borough in London. Connecting Redbridge Academy wants to make learning inclusive and openly available via various routes to all residents, via local schools, college, university, adult education, library service, job center, and special projects. London Borough of Redbridge will hold a soft launch on May the 24th, and they will introduce the academy courses to residents during the Let's Take Inclusive Week, starting on May the 23rd. Congratulations to Connecting Redbridge, and thank you very much for your signature. Let's wait for this family photo, or for this agreement photo. All right, thank you very much. Again, congratulations. Yeah, this is for you. Thank you very much. And we will continue. Let me welcome Director of Education, Apprenticeships and Training Department from Let's Learn IT, Mr. Kirk Douglas Reedhead. Please be welcome on stage. A big applause. Thank you very much. My pleasure. You can take your seats whenever you want. Thank you very much. Another unique ICT Academy is Let's Learn IT. The organizations offer virtual training in a flexible manner, and instructors at the academy also supporting the delivery of masterclass, webinars to students, and training for other ICT Academy instructors. This year, Let's Learn IT will run a special project with focus on women in technology, and will offer training to women led by women instructors. In 2020, the Academy was presented with an award from Huawei in recognition of its unique projects and outstanding performance. Congratulations, thank you very much. A big applause. An agreement photo. just a second, and thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, let's continue, and let me welcome here on stage Group Director of Business Engagement Department from Activate Learning. She is Nancy Buckley. Good morning. Welcome on stage. Applause. You can take your seat if you want. Activate Learning is a pioneering education group with a global reach, committed to transforming lives through their method and approach to learning. In the county of Berkshire, Activate Learning manage a group of 7 colleges. 5 of these colleges offer a range of IT training to its learners, and all 5 of these colleges have registered onto the ICT Academy program. Activate Learning offer a new level 3 qualifications called T-levels at these 5 colleges. The T-level qualification is a UK government flagship course which requires 315 hours of work experience, and Huawei UK has recently taken on 5 T-levels students to complete the 2 years work experience at reading offices. This is a very, very important collaboration between Activate Learning and Huawei in fulfilling UK government and Department of Education goals in making T-levels a success. Congratulations. Thank you very much. You can take it with you. Thank you. And we will continue with South Staffordshire College. Let's welcome the Digital Center Manager from South Staffordshire College, Mr. Robert McLaughlin. Thank you very much. Thanks for your help. South Staffordshire College is based in the north of England, a region which the UK government has a greater focus on in terms of leveling up skills. The ICT Academy program has supported South Staffordshire College in securing government funding from their local enterprise partnership in order to create a digital center. Since receiving funding, the college has successfully opened a digital center with Huawei equipment to offer brands on a practical experience to their learners. The lab was built by one of Academy instructors during the UK COVID-19 lockdown back in 2020, and is now fully operational and actively used by South Staffordshire College learners. Congratulations. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and congratulations again. We will continue with Universidad de Alicante. And let me welcome Professor of Telecommunications and Engineering Department from Universidad of Alicante, Mr. Adolfo Albadalejo. Muy buenos días. Puede tomar su asiento. University of Alicante was the very first Huawei ICT Academy in Western Europe. The university also has the first and only academy instructor with an HCIE qualification. The student numbers and qualifications have continued to grow year after year at the University of Alicante, and student teams have qualified to the global finals in Shenzhen, China. Today, in the University of Alicante, will be the second ICT Academy to sign the Huawei ICT Academy Support Center Agreement to support in the growth of the ICT Academy program in Spain. Last year, the University of Alicante successfully ran a series of student masterclass events and recruited over 800 active learners. Congratulations for the signature. Great, congratulations and thank you very much. Thank you, muchas gracias. Let's welcome now here on stage Professor of Network and Systems Department from Fundació Tecnocampus Mataró Maresma, Mr. Leonard Janer García. Please be very welcome. The Tecnocampus Academy is another example of out-of-the-box thinking, where the university works in partnership with a local company in the delivery of training to students. The Academy focuses on local requirements and delivers the type of training required by industry in the region, developing learners with the skills required by the local economy and also providing the technical and practical skills required by employers. So, from Tecnocampus and Huawei and finalizing these signatures for this Mo of the year, what we just have to say is, again, of course, congratulations and a big applause. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now turn to Iesec. Let's welcome the Director for Business Development, Iesec Germany, Mr. Armin Joel Brokkum. Thank you very much. Yev, I think you should stay here with us if you don't mind. I don't want to leave you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. From Iesec. Iesec Germany is one of the largest and most active student organizations in Western Europe. Iesec has a membership consisting of students currently studying at university on a range of degree programs and also an alumni membership. The Academy hopes to openly offer Huawei ICT Academy courses to both the current students members in order to develop technical skills required by industry, and also to its alumni members for upskilling, reskilling, and developing the technical industry certification in the latest cutting-edge technologies. Well, now, congratulations. Thank you very much. And now, yes, thank you. And thank you, Mr. Wang. Now you can come down to the stage. Because I want to continue with ISTIA. This memorandum is about ISTIA Engineering Institute from École Supérieure des Technologies Industrielles Avancées. Unfortunately, ISTIA were not able to join us today for the memoranda signing, but his memo was signed by the president, Mr. Elizalde, on Friday, May the 13th. But fortunately, we have some one of the photos during this signature moment that we can kindly share with all of you. So again, applause for this signature. And we will continue going to Nigeria. I would like to welcome the Executive Secretary from National Commission for College of Education, Professor Paulinus Okwele, if you can come up on stage again. And the Senior Manager of Talent Partner Development of Huawei EVG, Mr. Sid Fung. If you can come here to the stage. Oh, thank you. You can take a seat. Huawei Nigeria, together with National Commission for College of Education, plan to cultivate the IC talent in Nigeria College of Education by establishing the ecosystem of ICT talent with an initial plan to train at least 2,000 top College of Education ICT students and onboard 20 College of Education each year. after these signatures, of course, and thank you very much to both for the signature, for the agreement. And we will finalize it with a family photo, with an agreement photo. Okay, absolutely. It's a very important agreement between Huawei Nigeria and the National Commission for College of Education. So again, thank you very much for this collaboration, for being here, and for your agreement signatures. Thank you. Thank you very much. The agreement photo for you. All right. Thank you, both of you. Yes, after you. Thank you. Well, and last, but again not least, let's welcome Rector of Instituut Teknologi Bandung Reini, Mr. Virahat Ikusuma, and the Huawei Indonesia ICT Talent Ecosystem Development Manager, Raji Pradono Iswara, for the memorandum signing. It's a regret that they cannot make it on site here in Spain, but they are doing it online. So good morning to both of you. Thank you. Well, meanwhile you are proceeding with the signature, let me talk a little bit about this memorandum signature. The first memorandum was signed on December 16th back in 2010 about cooperation between ITB and Huawei. And most signed on October 9th back in 2018 about the Smart Gain Transfer Knowledge Program. As Huawei ICT Academy partner, ITV committed to develop learning and certification activity, research opportunity with Huawei, and cooperate in government program for increasing competencies of students, and the possibility, of course, for project-based learning appointment ITV as academic support center. So, congratulations for your signatures.
Thank you.
Receive a very warm applause from here, from Barcelona, Spain. We will take a photo of this moment just for a second. This is your time. This is your very important agreement. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again, and congratulations. And, well, thank you one more time to all of the 11 universities that have signed this memoranda with Huawei. Congratulations with all of you. After these signings, wearing the Spanish white paper in the very beginning of the day, after discussing about how to develop digital ecosystems, and of course, launch the scholarships launch, it's time to close the event. We had a very fruitful day today, I hope so, and I hope more and more universities can work with tech. Companies like Huawei wants to develop talent ecosystems and bridge the digital divide together. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this morning event and hope to see you soon. Have a good day. Thank you and take care.